Some of them can snap entire steel girders. Others cut their way through tree trunks.
Better go get a check, huh?
And nothing can stop them. Big machines are just toys for men, aren't they? We're in search of the craziest, strongest and largest out-of-my-way machines in the world. Our journey starts in the USA, more precisely in the state of Texas. Twice the size of Germany, but only 25 million inhabitants. Instead, there are lots of trees here, and sometimes they've just got to go. This cute little guy here is supposed to make it possible, the Raptor 800, and this is his master, John O'Hagan.
This is, without a doubt, the most powerful mulcher that you can buy.
The brand new tree shredder is made in Germany, by the way. John sells it on the US market, and today one of his customers wants to see what the machine can do. For this extreme demonstration, John called the best man for the job, the German Dominik Schober. He masters the machine like no one else. Looks brutal. That's 650 horsepower you'll be able to just tear through the forest. More or less. Well, hopefully more. Time to check if the machine delivers what it promises, because the customer has just arrived. Entrepreneur Sherman is planning on building a pipeline which leads through swamps and dense forest.
This is her.
Well, I like the color.
Hopefully you like everything.
Well, I like the name. Strong like bull, though, huh?
Driver Dominik flexes the Raptor's muscles. Out comes the milling head, and here go the chains. The forest, designated test area. These trees have to go. This giant beaver mechanically transmits the 600 horsepower directly into the cutter head. Will that be enough? No doubt at all. The tree falls after just 8 seconds.
Nice! First pass!
And to make sure the path is really clear, the giant shredder processes the tree into the finest mulch. But there's more to it than that. How about two 30-meter trees at the same time? After all, the Raptor 800 is the world's most powerful mulcher.
You're gonna have to show me the controls and everything so I make sure I understand how everything works.
Looks like the contractor may be impressed, but he wants to give it a go himself and get at the joystick.
It's a good machine. I'm really looking forward to getting into it myself, just to feel the power myself, you know.
The roller width is 2 meters and 30, and that means the tree trunk can also be this thick. Everything else is just a question of milling time. By the way, this brand new machine is not only used in pipeline construction, but also for clearing trees for power lines and fire breaks.
See how it's sporadic?
Yeah.
Better go get a check, huh? Very impressive.
The deal is done. Incidentally, writing the check will mean 650,000 euros per machine and an easy ride through the forests of Texas. But what if there's not a forest in the way, but an entire industrial hall? Glasgow, the largest city in Scotland. A new shipyard is planned here, and that means space needs to be freed up. The duel of two giants. In one corner, a huge hall, 5,000 tons of steel at a height of 40 meters. In the other corner, the high-reach Demolition excavator, with the longest reach of any demolition machine currently in use worldwide. At the wheel, Alex Mackenzie, one of only a few people who can drive this giant.
That's true, that's job satisfaction, taking pride in your work. enjoy it, so who wouldn't enjoy doing that, I suppose.
67 metres, as high as 20 coaches stacked on top of each other. Alex knows the machine like the back of his hand, but there are always problems.
The weather was a problem. It's quite windy today and we're concerned about the sheets on top of the trusses. So we're going to try cutting in this way just to see if they're going to come away all right. If not, we'll need to come in from the bottom side of the shed.
Here comes the first steel girder. One single bite. Effortlessly, the giant pliers snap through girders with a thickness of 20 centimetres and more. Then, after half an hour, the first really big bang.
Sometimes, yeah. Yes, it is. The Xbox 360. Quite enjoy playing that with my son, so quite good practice.
Only that this toy weighs 230 tonnes and costs 2.5 million euros. The first steel beams are gone. Now for the most difficult part. Tactical discussion with Boss Dean.
It'll come down, it'll hit that crane track.
Aye. I'll just start at the bottom. What?
And hopefully, it's just going to bend that leg over there.
Aye, that's it.
And then obviously just go up, cut that, drop it, I'll get little machines in.
Now it's time to concentrate. Alex has to grab the steel beam and pull it in his direction while cutting through it. Otherwise, the debris could fall onto the neighbouring area. Dean, the boss, monitors the situation from the ground.
It's very, very critical because obviously at the back of that wall, we've got live buildings with people in, so he's got to be very careful.
But Alex is a professional and remains calm. All done. The most difficult part is over.
We managed to contain them, getting them down in with the imprint of the building, so it went well. So I'm just going to go and get a well-earned cup of tea.
The day's work's done. For our 67-metre high giant excavator as well. But there are more out-of-my-way machines. The next destination on our mission, Bernau, in Bavaria. At first sight, everything seems idyllic and peaceful. The reason is that a huge construction site has come to a complete standstill here. Everyone has to wait for the deployment of a very special machine. The Commander T755, a real monster. Looks like a giant chainsaw, but it's a giant stone cutter, and he is its master, Süleyman Haliti. The site manager needs a trench for pipes and cables, and that means milling almost 2 meters deep into the frozen stone with this machine. Yes, I hope we'll be finished by tonight because, as you can see, the stone here is very hard. Any excavator would fail here. This is why the machine has 100 cutting tools. Their tips are made of tungsten carbide, one of the hardest metals in the world. The steel bits eat into the frozen stone and grind it into dust. Such a giant thing costs quite a lot of money, 750,000 euros. For Süleyman, a dream machine and a dream job. I really enjoy my job. You don't see a machine like this every day, and big machines are just toys for men, aren't they? But no matter whether it's a big toy or a small toy, if you're not careful, something can break. It's pretty hard, very hard. 2 chisels broke just now, so I have to change the chisels. When the tips are gone, we lose power. But this is fixed quickly. The Commander is a real heavyweight. 35 tons. Most of them are in the machine body. And that's a good thing too. It's the only way the machine can eat into the hard stone ground with enough pressure. A toy for everyone. My children just love the way the machine works. Until they're old enough, Daddy will do the milling himself. And it's going well. 10 meters in only 5 hours. done. No other milling machine in the world can do it in such a short time. The client is satisfied. Depth is fine, wonderful, we can all pack up. Okay, so now everything's ready for the new warehouse.